You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
You ready? It's Pep Talk with Ree. Lord, thank you for using me. 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 Lord, thank you for using me.
All right, good evening. This is Pep Talk with Bree. We got to get that changed on the bottom of that screen there, my Facebook folks. This is Pep Talk with Bree. I am not Bree. I am Dr. Chanel Stewart, but I am switching mics with Bree today, and Bree is going to be interviewed by me today. Hopefully she won't be acting up. As we can see, she's already started. So I hope you guys sit back, you share this video, make sure that you invite as many people as you can on here. This is a special episode of Pep Talk with Bree, and we want to really get into the background, the talk about Pep Rally, which has been a big event that just happened this past weekend, and what led up to that event. Very interested to hear about the thought process and the vision behind that from your host, Ree. All right, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that, hearing some of her music, some of my favorites, if we get to it. And then we have some announcements really quickly before we get right into the interview. We have Pastor Falana that is on now with Positive Power. She has joined the Positive Power family, so look for her in the early morning times, and you will see her show come on. All right. Just follow her, then you'll see when that's going to happen. Also, this is Pep Talk with Ree. It comes on every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Late Night with Dr. T. You can catch me on Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. I'll be interviewing 1129 Squad. So that'll be an interesting show this week.
I think that is awesome.
All right. So, Ree, we're going to get right into it. We running behind a little bit with the show. We got a late start, but definitely want to go ahead and get right into it. And I know you did not want me to ask you this question. I'm gonna do it anyway. What's going on with Ree? I ain't gonna say who is Ree. I'm gonna say what's going on with Ree.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I just came from off tour, and I have a lot of stuff going on. I decided to just take some of my time, spend it with the likes of you, to bless you with my presence.
Bless me with your presence, not the rest of the audience.
The rest of the audience, you all are blessed and highly favored, and we are so grateful that you have tuned in.
All right, Ree. So we had a lot about Pep Rally, and I really just want to go ahead and get into the backstory of that. We heard a lot about the event, but take us back. You started this a while ago when you were doing a Facebook Live. You were doing that. You were real on there. I mean, we got opportunity to hear from you, hear you teach us a lot of valuable lessons, hear a lot about what you were experiencing, what you have gone through. And Ree, you hear me, girl? You pat on your face now?
I told you I ain't got time, but I'm
okay.
But go ahead. I'm listening.
Tell us a little bit about the live that you started with and why you started that.
All right. So Pep Rally, Pep Talk, it really started as just coming on and doing a Facebook Live, just a morning devotion. And it started at 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was just prayer. But instead of doing it myself, where if I got up and and if I didn't get up or what have you, and nobody would notice, it was like, well, to be accountable, why don't I just do it here? God asked me to do it, so it's like, why don't I do it? So I would say to those that can't come on, if you don't see me on Saturday, then make sure to call me out. Well, as I continued to come on, and this started about a year ago, as I continued to come on, doing lives, people started, becoming faithful, viewers and chiming in, and we would just get on and pray and lift up God, encourage one another. And it just really became a morning pep talk, and that's when it became weekend pep. And then I was able to be blessed to be picked up by the Positive Power Christian Media Network. Yeah. So I was able to be blessed to be picked up. And that was truly a blessing. And now we have Pet Talk Marie.
So Reed, we already got some of the You First fam on here with their stomach hurting. Y'all see these glasses, man? That I can't stop laughing because the glasses, like, they got a star in them. You cannot see that. It's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. All right. So we started off with the weekend pep. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your. Aside from the music.
These better be good questions.
You're an evangelist. You're an evangelist. You're an evangelist. You're in ministry. And when you were doing the weekend pep, we heard a lot of that. Is that something that you still feel that you're called to do, and something that you're still doing on a regular basis?
Well, as far as ministry, I say, I believe, and I say this to anybody that can hear, you are who you are, so that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. So for me, such as, I do music. Music is a tool. Pet Talk is a tool. All of those things is a tool to get the gospel where it needs to go. And so there are some times where there's the opportunity to be behind a podium and preach, meaning, exhorting and coming from scripture, and there's, an audience that may be there. There's other times where it's one-on-one. There's times where it's on the radio, there's times through a Facebook post. So evangelism is going out and compelling them to return back to their Father. So that's nothing separate. It just is all encompassing in who I am.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that even with this even with this event that you have, which I'm going to give you a little bit of time to talk about. I can see how both of those things, both those parts of you, those ministries came together, and it had a lot to do with you really wanted ultimately you wanted to share the love of Christ through people, whether that's through song or whether that's through testimony or word. Love your white diamonds.
Yes, my mother did. Mm-hmm.
You put some on today?
No.
It's a beautiful scarf, by the way.
Continue.
It's a beautiful scarf, by the way. All right, we gotta take a quick break because there's something I want to get into. I want to get into one of my favorite songs, which is called "Flowing." Now, this doesn't play often on this show, but I definitely want to play it tonight because it's one of the songs that I don't think you guys get to hear a lot of. So we're gonna go right into Flowing while she's anointing herself. All right, we'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Royce Worldwide Podcast.
It's downright disturbing, but I'ma carry this light. You
truth that I found it in you.
Nothing left to do but to lift my head, reminisce on the things you said. Holy Spirit, you flow in. Nothing left to do but to lift my head, reminisce on the things you said. Holy Spirit, you flow in. Nothing left to do but to lift my head, reminisce on the things you said. Holy Spirit, you flow in. Nothing left to do but to lift my head, reminisce on the things you said. Holy Spirit, you flow in.
You're listening to Royce Worldwide Podcast.
All right. We're back. If you just joining us, this is Oh, really? What's happening? We got songs going on that I didn't approve of. Hello, this is Pep Talk with Reed. You just joining us. This is your girl, Dr. Chanel Stewart, and I am switching mics with Reed tonight. And she looked like she needed to be in the bed so early with this head wrap. She looked like she needed to be in the bed somewhere. All right, so don't mess with Princess tonight. Okay, Princess, she don't have to work tonight. You know, she just coming on say what she got to say because she ain't got time tonight. So y'all just leave her alone tonight.
I broke out a little sweat. Go ahead, continue.
All right, guys. We are back. This is Pep Talk with Ree, as I said, and this is Ree here, wrapped up in this the shenanigans going on here. We're talking to Ree about Pep Talk. Pep Talk. We just heard a little bit about how it started in your evangelism ministry, and now we're going on to radio. You've been in radio here for a few months. How has that transition been, and how has your experience been here on Positive Power?
How's the transition been from the
live? Really? Transition from the live to now on radio with Positive Power.
It has been amazing to transition from Facebook Lives. You know what was interesting is that many that have followed me from when I first was doing these weekend peps know that I was always on camera. And so the transition has definitely changed because I'm not on camera. And so they don't get to see, you know, me, whether I was crying on camera or excited, or, you know, they would come in and I'm talking to each and every one of them as they're coming in. They're talking back to me, and, you know, that's been a little different. But it's also been a blessing because the audience has increased to where this is worldwide. So that's like a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And just being connected to the Positive Power family. Jerry Royce has always been super supportive of my music ministry. So to come on as a podcaster is just huge. And then just the experience and the growth. I've always wanted to be in radio. So I'm doing what I'm anointed to do.
Yes, you are anointed to do that, ma'am. You're doing a very good job at it. I definitely enjoy the show, and that's not just because we're friends, but I definitely love, you know, what you're doing what the guests are coming on. There's diversity. You know, we get to hear different stories from all different types of background, hear different music that we don't normally hear on other stations as a normal thing. So, you know, that's one of the biggest things that I see the difference in. And so that's what makes your show unique. But I definitely think I definitely think you're going to bigger platforms, and God is definitely blessing the ministry phenomenally. What you eating today? What you cooking? Really? Y'all, she got gel. Y'all, stop it. Stop it, Reed. She got gel, y'all. Y'all are her mirror right now.
God
All
is good.
right. God is good. God is good. All right. So let's jump right into pep rally because I want to give you all the time that you want to really you she fussing with our kids, y'all. I could tell she
Fussing at the children.
Give you all the time that you need to talk about pep rally. This event has been in the works for months. And so we want to talk about that process. I was a part of that process, so I seen, what it took to get to the point that we were at on Saturday. So tell us a little bit about that. I will tell those who are listening a little bit about that process. First, the vision behind it. When did you know that this is something that you really wanted to do?
To be honest with you, with pep rally, I don't remember. I know that it had something to do with my birthday. My birthday last year was on July 14th. I released Your Instrument. And so that was where it overshadowed my birthday. Yeah. I forgot about my birthday. And we did a full video. What do you call it? It was like a full virtual live Facebook release. Live. Yeah. And we had a lot of people who chimed in. So that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So then as we were getting ready to come up, and around this time last year is when I started the like I said, the pep talks and stuff. Yeah. So then as this year was coming up, it's like, okay, so it was just put on me to do something again for others. And that's where I realized that the anniversary was coming up for when I started doing, the pep talks. And it was like, well, why don't we just do, it was like, okay, well, getting everybody together. So we're trying to figure out what to call it. I think you helped. I don't know if you helped me come up with the name. I don't want to give you undue praise. So
wow. I don't remember.
But we were trying to figure out what to call it. And so it was really before we even had a full idea, it was just, okay, save the date. Still, it's something that that God put on me to do. And then it was like, okay, get some speakers because I do a lot of motivating and all of that on my own. Get some speakers. All right, some singers, kind of, not a showcase, but have others, come on and they have a set. A lot of my experience, even with that, is from being an artist and going to different places and experiencing what that's like to be on different sets. Who's that walking in the room? You keep staring at.
Oh my God, really?
So so it's my experience was coming, going and gleaning from others. I want to encourage everybody to learn, be a student of life. I learned a lot from other people. I've seen some horrible experiences and I've seen some great ones. And the great experiences, I could name each of you by name and tell you what an impact you had on Pep Rally. So it was like, okay, let's gather people together. And so we gathered everybody together, and it really was a coming together thing up until the last day. And when I tell you that God really had his way, you're talking about it's still being talked about and promoted. People have been asking before we even had the event and now after, when are we doing it? People are telling me I'm ready for next year. They're wanting to be on next year. So it really is a God ordained thing. And it was really just rallying the community get together. Diversity was a huge factor. It wasn't just an event where we had just the gospel music and all Black folk basically, or it wasn't an event where it was all white folk, but it was us together. It wasn't just Christian music or gospel. It was hip hop. It was neo soul worship all together. It was mime dancing. It was all of those things. I just saw one of the posts come from one of the participants who came who said, I never saw mime dancing before. It's a different, it broke cultural barriers. It broke racial barriers. It broke all of that. And we were just in there having a good time. I got my makeup done in front of everybody. I was promoting with one eyelash on.
Y'all should have seen it. Y'all missed it. Oh my goodness. Y'all could got some good pictures.
It was so, the food was good. The fun was good. It was a fun time. So Pet Rally really just was coming together and getting everybody. And it's like, I'm not going to stand up in front of people and just continue to do what I do. There's a whole bunch of people that do this, so let's get them. And then that God is really showing me that July 14th is birthday, not my birthday, but birthday. So who knows what the next July 14th will hold, because it's a day of birth. Back in the day, God had revealed to me that I'm a fire starter. And I'm not saying that boasting or anything, but that I'm a fire starter. And being a fire starter, I heard somebody after going to Pet Rally, one of my sisters from one of the church, other churches, who said this is this was a massive event, and she said you're a trailblazer. And that goes and reminds me of what God said, that I'm a fire starter. And what that means is, that sometimes it's just to ignite something in people and then move on. I may not have anything else to do with you, but I did ignite and I'm invoking change. So
yeah. Well, one of the things that I can say about this event is did show a lot of diversity. It did again bring together speakers and dancers and different types of ministry that all served one purpose, and that was to lift up the name of God. And we had such a good time. Now, in that process, and I want to encourage other people that are trying to do what it is that God has called them to do, is trying to put on events like this. Some people would back away from it because this is a massive responsibility, especially when you're dealing with so many different people with so many different backgrounds. You're talking about singers, and I'll say it like this: Black gospel singers that are not used to Christian artists. So when they came in, they have to look at, and they have to sit there because their turn don't come up to last, or after this particular artist. And so they have to listen to the guitar. They have to listen to, I don't want to say it because I would say it wrong. Acoustic. It's the way I pronounce it. That. Say it, Reese. Say it. They're not okay. So they're not used to that type of flow. But what was amazing to me, because I was in sound, so we were dealing with the sound, and that we had the praise and worship, Miss Allie and Tanner, amazing worshipers, amazing worshipers. They came up, and a lot of people aren't used to that type of work. It was pure worship. And if you're not used to that type, you're probably looking at them and it sounds good, but you don't understand what it is that they're doing, because it's not just clapping your hands or stomping your feet. And that is no disrespect to anybody, but it's a different style of worship. So it may be foreign to some people in some churches. So, but when they got there and they were worshiping, all I seen was Black, white, Latino, hands in the air, worshiping God. And that was, if nothing else happened in that event, to see that those people come together as one body to lift up the name of God was so amazing to me. So amazing to me. So I want to encourage those who are about to do events like this, or God has called them to do something. And I'm going to let Reed do this part, because we know there's controversy sometimes, or circumstances that may happen during the process of putting something like this together. What are some of the things that you ran into that you had to overcome, and that you can encourage someone else if they run into that type of situation when they're putting on something that God has spoken to them or gave them a vision for?
Well, I didn't really run into this, thank God, but I would say, just as many people say, to be careful who you share your vision with, because there are vision catchers who go and run with the vision, and there are vision stealers. And you have to be careful with that. And there are vision killers. Yeah. So I'll say there's 3 ones: vision catchers, vision stealers, vision killers. Ooh, that'll preach. Jesus.
Preach. You got to take the scarf off. Oh my God.
I ain't got time.
Look.
Listen, there are vision catchers. Those are the ones. I want to take this thing off, but I can't because I ain't gonna be able to hear this. Now I want to get free. There are vision catchers. You have been given an assignment. Who? I want to see you. I want to see you. Where you at? Because I'm getting ready to talk to you, and I got my 3 points. Chanel, man, should have write it down because I'll forget. I got my 3 points. You know what I mean? So let's start. And I want to see some hearts, some loves, and I want to see some shares. Okay, so the vision catchers. Thank God for the vision catchers. Those are the ones who have your back. Those are the ones who are there praying for you, interceding for you. Those are the ones who are not trying to tear you down. Those are the ones who applaud when you make it. You know how they say, be careful of the ones who don't applaud. The responses that you don't get, you know, the Facebook likes and loves you don't see. No, these are the ones who will sit up there, like, love, share, applaud, text. How was the event after you did it? Those are the vision catchers. Those are the ones who can hear what it is that God is giving you. You want to pray to have those in your life because we know that we cannot do everything by ourselves. We can't carry out a task by ourselves. We know that one plant, one water, but God give the increase. We know that when the disciples went out, they went out 2 by 2. We know that there is nothing that we can do on our own. We have the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. We're walking this earth with the power of the Holy Spirit. You hear me? So we can't even walk this earth and walk this life on our own. We need Jesus. We need God. We need the Holy Ghost to be able to make it so. When you are going going after that vision, you have got to know who is in your corner. Those vision catchers, they got your back, and they're going to help you carry those things through. My sis right here, Dr. T, she's one of them. I got plenty of people who are my pastors, Janae, Jamal. I have plenty of people who are vision catchers. They're not the ones who come on at the end, you know, and they show up for the limelight. You know those. They show up for the limelight. And, yay, I was here. I knew you could do it. No, these are the ones when it didn't look, when you had the money, it didn't look like you were going to do it. Listen, when Pep Rally came up, it was huge, y'all. If y'all thought it was big, y'all that came, imagine what came out of my head. This was the condensed version. This thing was huge. We was trying to have fun one day. It was outside. We were trying to carnival, you know, and it was
literally,
yeah, it was really, really big. And you know what? I talked to my pastor, Antoinette Willis, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was thinking this, and she's like, well, why don't we do this? And I said, and she went right there with me.
You're the wrong one. I'd be like, how we gonna do all this?
Right, she's like, and I loved it when I said it, and it's like, it wasn't like, what? That's crazy. It was like, yes, let's do da 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 da. So those are vision catchers, okay? Vision stealers. Oh boy, these are the ones that you might say, ooh, coming soon. Got a song that God gave me. The glass is half full. Let's say that's the song. That's horrible. The glass is half full. And you put, no, that's not pessimistic. It's not pessimistic. The glass is half full. Let's say that's the song, right? You say coming soon. All of a sudden, you see somebody else and they got a video, you know, half full of Jesus or something like that with a glass or whatever. You're like, whoa, wait, what? These are the ones that hear what you got going on and they can't be happy for you. Because they ain't paying attention to their own lane. They cannot be happy for you. But what they do is they see something and then they want it. And so these are the ones that are the stealers, the leeches, the ones that will try to connect with you to get information from you, to find out how you're doing something, the ones that will be, you know, trying to cozy up to you to find out what are the inner workings, what makes you the way that you are. Those that are walking with favor on your life, they want to know, well, what connections did you get? And they don't understand that it's favor that's on your life. And so these are the ones that are the vision stealers, the ones that you keep looking and if you're foolish, you're gonna think it's coincidence. But if you pay attention, you're like, hold up, that's mine. And you kind of keep seeing your stuff leave out of your house and be up in somebody else's house. But don't fret, because with the vision stealers, see, that's not theirs to begin with. Let's put it this way. So if something is rooted in me and I have a seed that is planted and rooted in me, you can't take this thing and put it in somebody else. Because when you cut that thing off from the source, which is me, I am the source of God has given it to me. When you cut that thing off from the source and try to stick it somewhere else, they can't be me. They can't be you. They can't duplicate that source. It can last for a little while, just like how we get little plants and little, where's my flowers? Hold on.
Y'all seen that rose she was sniffing the whole time? I was about to talk about it. Like, she got to get back on now.
Just like we get little flowers and stuff like that. We try to stick it in the
Oh, look at those flowers.
Stop. You messing with my message. But how we get little flowers and we stick it in a vase, it can last for a little while. But eventually it's going to die. Eventually it ain't going to last. So don't feel bad when you start seeing yourself going to somewhere else. You start seeing your stuff all up in somebody else's place. Don't fret. Because eventually it's going to die off because it wasn't there to begin with. And then we have the vision killers. These are the ones who you may be excited and you have so much excitement and you share something with them and they're like, I don't know how that's going to work. Or, what do you think about this? Because that sounds like it's a lie. What do you think about this? And maybe you should try that. These are the vision killers, the ones where you come on 100 and you are excited and you leave at about 35, maybe 40, maybe even less. And you then are like, well, I guess not. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, I don't really have the finances. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, these are the ones who will question, if people will show up to your event. Yeah. Those are the vision killers that are question if people will show up to your event. I'm going to show you something practical that I had to do Saturday morning as I'm getting the calls, the messages, all type of stuff. And I'm being told of who can't make it, and it was one after the other, of all of these different things, all of these questions, all these different things coming up Saturday morning before I even could make it at the event. The enemy tried to come in my mind and make me question if people would even show up. And I was getting frustrated because of these calls. And I knew I had to get in and motivate these people to get ready to do what they was getting ready to do. Yeah. And you know what I had to do? In the middle of it, take this thing and give it away. I had to cut the source off. And that's what you have to do when you have vision killers. You got to cut off the source. No more can you contact me. You can't connect with me. I got to shut you down. So if you can't call me or text me, if I cut off that source, you no longer have access to me. And now I can be connected to my joy with no interruption. So vision killers, if you find anybody with the N or you find any whatever, then you got to cut that off. And you got to know that I can't give that thing to you because this is precious. This is life. And if you give it to the wrong person, they will kill it. So y'all need to remember those things when God has given you something is those three things, and make sure that you are connected to the source. You stay with the source and you stay focused and you believe what God said. If there's one or if there's 10,000, I was prepared for there to be one because I know that God told me to do it. And I would have said it's just for that one. But thank God the house was full. So that's my word.
Oh, that's perfect when you think about faith, because when you think about what God is telling you to do, it takes faith in order to get there, in order to really catch that vision and run with it. It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. If you do not have the faith level that you need to really get to that vision, you ain't gonna get there. And so you gotta have people that are connected to you that can see where God is taking you, and not only see. I may not know what God is doing. I may look at what Serena said and Reed said, and she's like, I know. I was trying to correct. So I may have looked at what she said and like, that's too much. That's a lot, because it was a lot. It was big. As she said, it was really big.
This was the condensed version, which I saw Saturday. This thing was huge.
Yeah, but it takes somebody that has faith in order to say, okay, I believe what God has said to you, and I'm going to help you get that vision, because God, this is not something that when God gives us something, it's not something that we can do naturally ourselves. It's not something that our finances can really put together. This was put together by God finances. I'll tell you that right there. That's right. Something that we cannot do on our own, and we needed God to help with this. And when God gives you a vision, he gives you the solution and the resources that you need in order to accomplish that vision. All right. So like Reese said, you have to stay connected to the people that have that faith, love that faith, like you do. You ain't gotta believe as much as I do, but you got to know who God is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then I can't believe what he can do in your life.
And if you're going to do this, in addition to it, continue to walk in the love and in the favor of God. Continue to walk in truth. Continue to walk in what God has called you to walk in, because you are going to have opposition from the beginning, because it's going to try to shut you down, and you're going to have opposition afterwards. And you remember, you have to walk in love. And whatever you can do, protect that vision. That is your baby. You protect that thing. My sister and I were talking, Chanel and I were talking yesterday. I'm sorry, Dr. Chanel Stewart, MBA.
She don't give me that respect all the time. She just she leave the doctor part off. Like, that's so disrespectful.
I don't really.
So disrespectful.
I don't know that time. So, but with that, you done made me forget. But I was talking with Dr. T, we was talking yesterday, and we were talking about protecting. Oh, and I had said, what I said to her was this: "Hey, Danny Nunn." Daryl Williams said, "Stop playing." I bet you I won't.
She won't. Well, let's say, since we done called Leslie McKee, how you doing?
Hey.
Alicia Joseph that's been on the whole time. Love you, sis.
Y'all make sure to check out Testify Tuesday tomorrow.
Yes. Keith Bailey. Oh, y'all, thank you for tuning in.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Y'all are sharing this.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Don't cut me off. So, on my show, don't cut me off. I gave you the chair.
You switched mics. You switched mics today. That's the reason for that.
So,
I can do that.
But I was saying this because we were talking, and one of the things was about my reputation, because I'm big on brand and reputation, and there are certain things that you have to do, especially when God gives you a platform, you have to do differently. I can't just walk out like Serena that I've been doing all my life. Now he gave me a platform to minister. That's read. So I got to watch what I say and do is read. But then in addition, now he's giving me pep rally. And this is something that people have gotten, something that is bigger than me. And so you have to protect what God has given you. You got to protect your platform. You got to protect that baby. And so with that, with pep rally, that's bigger than Reed. You could talk at this point, you could talk about Reed, but pep rally, that's dealing with lives and souls and everything. So when you're given a vision, you take care of that thing. You water it, you till the ground, you pay attention to it. You see what's coming out of it. If there's a weed or something, you go and you get that weed, because you got to take care of what's in your possession. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we got.
Awesome words. You preach it, like Kurt Franklin said.
And then when we
did y'all get that? Did y'all? Oh Lord, she got, the ones that got the beat up Bible. They've been in their word for so long. She's trying to show that her Bible beat up, y'all.
I'm anointed.
She ain't anointed because her Bible beat up.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say? I don't know how much time we have.
I got track of that. All right. So yeah. So she want to say something so bad. I'm probably gonna catch it when we get off of here, but I'm gonna enjoy it while we're on camera, while all y'all can witness. And she's not in the same vicinity, so she can't hit me or nothing.
Why you say hit you like I abused you? I don't want to be abused.
You can get there. Look at her hand. You see that hand? I'm not gonna say what that looked like.
Please don't put that out there on social media that I abuse you, Trinell Stewart.
Y'all, and I still didn't get respect there. All right, anyway, we're going to go into this. Is a great segue to go into my next, one of my favorites. I ain't going to say my favorite.
I thought you was going to say your next song like you sing.
Oh, I do sing. Y'all, did y'all see the flyer? Listen, she always got something to say. Look, she always got something to say about me singing, y'all. So she put on the flyer. Did y'all see it? Who seen the flyer? Give me some hearts, love, and all that. And I want y'all to pray for me, because see, y'all seen the flyer. She dissed me on the flyer. She put where the flyer at? Where the flyer at? She put come on, Ike. She put the flyer. She's like, I'm a gospel recording artist and vocalist coach to the stars. Now, I could have took that in a bad way. I could have been like, what's this? Oh, she's gonna be funny. because she was trying to be funny. She was trying to diss me. But guess what? The stars could mean musical stars.
What is a musical star?
Musical star. You know, stars, superstars, stuff like that. So I'm taking that, and I'm gonna take ownership that I have that ability, that God could put that in me too, you know, and I could become a vocalist coach and a music recording artist, and you know, I do have range, you know.
Bust us out with a little twinkle twinkle little star. Don't do it. Please just play my song.
Right now, we're going to Use Me by Reed's, another one of my favorites. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Royce Worldwide Podcast.
Lord, thank you for using me. Lord, thank you for using me.
I give everything I have. I will give it unto you. I give everything I have in me, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have, and I will give it up to you. I give everything I have.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XL.
I was just gonna cut the kids off like that. Hey guys, welcome back to Pep Talk with Reed. I hope y'all seen me. I was singing that, so y'all don't mistake her voice for mine. Yeah. All right, we got a couple of announcements really quick. As I said earlier in the show, Pastor Falana is now live streaming here with Power in the morning. She is a part of the family.
Yes.
Fire with John E. Jefferson and John E. Ross. Let's Talk with the Lord. Y'all know him. He's on pretty much everybody's set, just promoting and sharing his shows and different things like that. So catch up with him. Also, we got the world premiere of David Benton's new music video next Tuesday after Pastor's Time. You know, if you've been following us, we've been showing all the music video world premieres on Tuesdays after Pastor's Time. So you guys keep up with that. That's Peace Up 2. All right. So check that out. All right. So we got like 5 minutes. So Reed, any last words, I want to say something from me, from my heart, that I am very proud of you, very proud of what you've accomplished, not just with the pep rally, but also with what God is doing with the radio and just your music career in general. I'm very, very proud of you, and excited to see what God is going to be doing next in your life, in your career, just everything. So I just wanted to speak that and tell you I love you, and I'm going to stay there supporting you. I'm always in your corner. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, whatever.
She didn't say my birthday came and she didn't even say happy birthday.
Y'all, my birthday came last month and she did not say happy birthday to me.
I did.
Y'all. She ain't say it, y'all. She did not say it, y'all.
Yeah. But anyway, you asked if I had any last words or something?
Yes, I asked, did you have any last words for the viewing audience here?
And listening audience?
And listening audience.
Are we excluding listening?
I'm not excluding them.
Okay. Well, as far as any last words, I burnt my chicken while I was here with
you burnt? I was about to come get a piece.
So my family's gonna talk about me.
Oh, I was about to come get me a piece of chicken.
Yeah, some of it's not burnt, but some of it's burnt.
Well, save that piece for me. Y'all just have to suffer.
Okay. And but yeah, last words. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that connect with the vision that God has. I'm so overwhelmed, and I thank God for this time, even this Monday, to be able to kind of just relax and play a little bit, because it's been an intense past couple of months, in preparation and stuff like that. And we're still not over. We have so many different things to really do, because God is just has us on a course where it's work, so, and it's not work and grind so that our name could be there, or I can hit some charts, or whatever. It's work and grind, because this all encompasses the kingdom work, and some of this kingdom work involves charting. Some of this kingdom work involves being in different states, being in different countries. Some of the kingdom work involves encouraging others and building relationships and friendships, and sharing the love of Christ. So it's just work. So I'm just grateful for each and every one of you that has been connected with me on this ride, this journey, and those that are newly connecting with me. Thank you. And to you, Dr. Stewart, PhD, MBA, to you, Dr. Stewart. Did I say it right? MBA, PhD,
No, you ain't say it right, but that's all right.
Girl, I ain't got time. So,
you should know this.
I ain't got time. So for you, I definitely want to say thank you. I had you come. No. So I had you come on because, a lot of what I do, I thank you for, being supportive, hearing, my crazy visions and dreams. Listen, she has, like, if she could carry a notebook out of the things that I want to do even this year, there's a lot. I'd be like, I want to jump off a cliff in October. Let's make it happen.
And she'd be like, come with me. I'm like, no.
Right. I'm like,
y'all didn't tell me that.
I'm like, send out the emails. Let's make it happen, And there's not really too many times that she'd be like, no, there have been like some where what you mean now? But I'm so grateful for just the fact that I have a lot of people around me, not a lot like mass, but I have quality people. I don't just connect with everybody. I have a small circle, and it's quality people that believe in me. And I'm so grateful because that doesn't just happen, and I mean believe in me. And then not only do they believe in me, but then they can be counted on when things are needed to be done. So if I want you to pray, if God is giving you something, and especially you're a fire starter like me, you have that call in your life to ignite or to make change or to trailblaze or whatever. We're not normal people. We have big dreams, big visions. We're thinkers, and we got to be careful of this mind thing and make sure it's in the right place because we are very emotional, and we have to be focused because God made us this way. And as long as you got what you need around you, you can soar. Like my brother KO has soaring, you can soar.
KO on right now.
Hey, KO! You can soar, and you can do all that God has called for you to do. It's all about connections, the right connection. Don't cut me off with amen.
I said amen. I'm saying amen in agreement to what you are speaking. So can you continue speaking and just let the church say amen? Church, say amen.
I'm finished.
Amen.
I'm not gonna be
amen. Do you say amen like amen or amen?
I'm not gonna be controlled by the lights of you.
Amen or amen? Duh. All right, guys, this was Pep Talk with Bree, a special episode with your girl, Dr. T, hosting. We switched mics, y'all. As you can see, she took it back at the end of the show, but that's all right. I've enjoyed this evening with Bree and her silly self, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the show, those listening and those who are viewing. All right, make sure that you share, even once this show gets finished, so that people can see the vision behind Pep Rally 2018 that we just experienced. What a great vision and a great opportunity that we had to fellowship with all different types of genres, all different races and cultures, backgrounds, and we've enjoyed it. We've been blessed by it. So make sure that you stay tuned for Pamela Zion. She's coming up next. And make sure you tune back in for Pep Talk with Bree next Tuesday. All right? So you guys be blessed. That's all.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of WSI. You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.